Well, welcome back to part two. Welcome to the CO visit. Colin here once again, and this is just a continuation, part two of the other video. I got interrupted because a gentleman came looking for work, and I had to stop the video. I was 10 minutes in, and I didn't want to restart. So now, well, this is real life. So now this has become a two-part series. So I'm going to continue on from what I was saying before, leaving right off from where the other, starting, I should say, where the other video just left off. As I was saying about the XJW Christian Crusaders, okay, going from there, and wanting people to come to Christ and wanting them to believe, but you must believe this way, and this is the, and Joan of Arc going off on her crusade. But if you're doing that, then as I said, the people are not finding, okay, ex-Jehovah's Witnesses are not finding, nor are they following their own path. It's good to tell people what one believes, what one has gone through, one's own experiences, and say, I did this, I did that, this is what I experienced, this is what I went through. And then you leave it at that, and the people listen to it, and they're going to decide what they hear from you. If it sounds like something that resonates with them, then it's going to help them continue along their own journey. You have to tell people to go along your own journey. This is what I did, but this is not necessarily going to work for you. This is not necessarily what you are going to believe. Going to church might not be your thing. Christianity in general, go out there, experiment, listen, go visit a group, go visit a church, listen to what they have to say, look at their teachings, be a Berean. Listen, read the Bible, and you just go through the transformation, and you go along, and you might actually, even like I did, you might be in a certain place for a while. You might settle into a church, and you might feel like, oh, this feels right. You might even think God brought you there, and maybe he did. I don't know. For whatever reason, for whatever thing he needs you to learn there. And then all of a sudden, you figure out that, you know what? This isn't for me anymore. And you leave and you go somewhere else, or you're searching again. So as I said before, it all comes down to the root of truth seeking. Truth seeking. You have to be a truth seeker. And if you're a truth seeker, then you're not going to settle into a certain belief system or a place for any amount of time. Maybe for a while, maybe for a few years, but whatever. But what brings us out of the Jehovah's Witnesses, what brought me out of Jehovah's Witnesses, is that I always had in me the desire to search for God and believe in God and serve him and worship him. But I was also interested in truth. Now, for the time that I was a Jehovah's Witnesses, I thought I had truth simply because I didn't have a frame of reference. I didn't know anything else. But I am still a natural truth seeker. So while I was in that religion, because I was born into it and I was growing up, and learning, and then began to reason for myself and think for myself, things didn't add up. I asked questions. Maybe not to anybody else, but in my head, I was questioning. And I was wondering, why? Why do we do this? Why do we do that? Why does this person act that way? Why does this person, who's a leader, who's an elder, who's supposed to be taking care of us, do this? Or why is the circuit overseer, who's got so much more authority, why are they so flippant with their attitude? And why are they, just like, I don't care, I can do whatever I want? Because there were so many COs like that, right? Like they were above the rules. Like, oh, you're on this level now, you don't have to do that, let's just skip it, let's do this, let's do that. And you go, oh wow, whoa, you can do that? I'm a CEO, I can do whatever I want. That's how they were. And the farther up the food chain you went, the more it was like that. And people who were in Bethel can attest to that. So you have to be a truth seeker. And you're not seeking truth if you leave the Jehovah's Witnesses because somebody else told you. You have to find those things on your own. Those people have to find themselves on their own. That's why I believe that XJWs should indirectly and generally make videos, put them out there, and let happen whatever has to happen. And the people who are going to find it are going to find it. And those that won't, those who are indoctrinated, that are in there, that are hardcore, they never will. It's as simple as that. Not everybody is going to wake up from the Jehovah's Witnesses. It's not going to happen. Just like not everybody from the Christian doctrine, not everyone's going to be saved. In Jesus' own words, it's in Matthew chapter 7. Salvation is not for everybody. It's not going to happen. Not everybody is going to accept Christ. They didn't do it while he was here. What makes you think they're going to do it now? 2,000 years later. And that's why it says in Matthew chapter 7 that on the path to life, there are so few people. And that includes Christians. The path to destruction, it's wide. Lots of people. It's easy to get into. So nobody should believe, especially Christians, at any time that tons and tons and tons and thousands and millions and billions of people are going to be saved, because they're not. That's contrary to what Jesus' own words said. Few are the ones that would actually find the road to life. People have to find truth on their own. Witnesses have to wake up on their own. They have to come to their own conclusions, because that being convinced and realizing something that you've been taught is wrong, you have to learn it for yourself. Now, can you have a guide to that? Yes. But this idea of preaching to witnesses? No, my friends. It doesn't work that way. That's not going to happen. Put the information out there. Let them find it. Those who will wake up, and those who won't are never going to. I'll say it again and again. Same thing as Christianity. If you're a Christian XJW Christian Crusader, Talk about your beliefs. Talk about why you believe in Christ, what he's done for you, how you found him, what you do, how you live your life. But don't preach to others and tell them what they have to do. You must do this. Doesn't work. It doesn't work. There's free will. Each person has to come to their own conclusions about things. And people will believe how they choose to believe. Whatever rings true to them, that's what they're going to follow. And then maybe things will change in their life or circumstances, or they'll come across some other information and they might change again. That's what the human experience is all about. So in so many words, my point of view has always been live and let live. Live and let live. This is what worked for me. This is what I discovered. This is why I think this. This is why I believe that. I put it out there, and whoever finds it, finds it. If it rings true to them, then they'll continue on their own path. Not my path, your own path. So if you're on that path already, then continue on. All of us that are here along your road, we're just like road signs. We're just beacons. That's all we are. You might stop at one for a while and read the information or talk to the person, but then you move on. Just like trains at a station. They're on a path. They make stops, but they keep going. And like I've always said from the book I read from the author Sheldon Kopp about if you see Buddha on the road, kill him. If you're truth seeking, if you're trying to find your meaning in this life and what's true and what the meaning of life is, and you go into that forest and you get deeper and deeper and deeper in there, and then you find me in the middle of the forest, and you think, well, this guy must know what he's doing. He's already here. He's been here for a long time. And the reality is, I tell you, well, no, I just got here before you did. I'm just as lost as you are. I don't know anything more than you do. We both got to this point, so guess what we can do? We can both get deeper into the forest and more lost together. That's what Sheldon Kopp said. And I believe that. Let's continue to get lost together, but I don't have the answers. I don't have the answers for anybody on either side. So anyway, I hope some of that made sense to somebody, what I'm talking about. And if you're still here in the second part, thank you for following. Thank you for watching. And I'll see you in the next CO visit. Be blessed now.